This cup is super random and I still can't decide if I like it or not, but pretty much it's a Yeti that I got from one of my friends and they really told me to do whatever I wanted with it. So I went ahead, based it black. I did some metal flake all over the whole cup. It's kind of like an ombre from like a dark black metal flake to then like a gunmetal and then to like a tiny bit of red. I used Paint Huffer's metal flake for this. They have super pretty colors, so I really loved the red that they had, so I used that. And then I went over and did a Florida design because that's what they wanted. They were like, do whatever you want, just it has to be Florida related. So I put Florida on there and I just had it red and I thought that was boring. So I'm just kind of doing like random things to make it like not so boring. Still can't decide if I like the design or not, but it is pretty cool. I'm using the yellow here on the Yeti because I wanted to make the words look like they were almost three-dimensional. So they have just normal red, and then I did some like darker red shading and then the yellow lines because I wanted it to look kind of like old school lettering. And then I just did like these random shapes all over the state of Florida because it needed something, and I couldn't come up with like an actual like full laid out shapes and everything. I really just did random, like this is just what I wanted, and now I'm just taking yellow to just add a little bit more to it. Some of them I'm making them also look three-dimensional to kind of tie in with the fact that the Yeti is more three-dimensional looking. But again, all these shapes are just super random. I sped this up because it did take a little while. With this cup, I really struggled because doing the yellow lines, like I was doing them so quickly and not really thinking about what I was doing. Some parts I messed up, so then I had to go back in with that like darker maroon color in the center and like touch things up. But then once I touched things up, like I would mess up some of the yellow, so then I'd go back in with the yellow lines and do some more of that. But then I would mess up some of the red, so go back with red, and it was just a nightmare going back and forth between all of this, but I think it turned out pretty good. This was definitely one of those projects that like I was super excited to have just like free reign of whatever I wanted to do, but like at the same time like not having feedback of what was wanted on this cup. Like I really struggled with that because I have so many ideas in my head, but at the same time like trying to think of like what would this person like, and like I don't know what they would really like and what they want. So that was a little bit of a struggle because I just really got to do whatever I wanted, which is kind of rare lately when I'm doing things. Like everyone wants certain things in certain colors, so this was really rare to have, but it was super fun to just do whatever I wanted. So I think it's cool how it turned out. I really took a lot of time going back and forth. You can't really see much of my mistakes here. Like I noticed them, but I really don't think that anyone else would have noticed them. Then I'm just adding some dots and some random little abstract things to it. And here I'm going in with black and I'm just outlining the whole state again because before I did the red it was outlined in black and then I kind of covered up some spots, so I'm just here going in and making that outline thicker. And then I did go back in afterwards and add more details, so a picture of this will be on my Instagram if you really want to see it finished, because I did end up going ahead and clearing over this. That way it's for sure smooth. That was my big deal. I wanted everything to be smooth because the metal flake here was still a little textured. I didn't do too many coats of clear over it before I started doing this design, so you could tell that there was a little bit of texture. So I did go over and clear it, and this is just a Yeti that like holds cans. So it's not like it's going to be drank directly out of, it just holds the can inside of it, which is super cool. I really like these cups. Hopefully the guy likes it. I've yet to give it to him yet, but I'm sure they'll like it, and hopefully I'll be able to do more for them. So I'm just outlining everything black, just going through all of it. I am using a different brush. I'm using a thicker one at this point because I wanted more of a thick black line rather than how small and detailed the yellow one was. I really wanted it to pop from the back. And here it is all done. I mean, it's not cleared, but it's pretty much done. So if you want to see pictures of it done, be sure to check out my Instagram, and I have pictures posted on there. So yeah, thanks for watching.